I could say lots of things going on, but not in the United States. There's been a shutdown. It's historical. It's broken every record. You have 800,000 plus, over 800,000 government employees that are not getting paid, and that's because of Trump's holding them hostage based on his lie. Throughout his whole campaign, when he was running for president, he said he was going to build this beautiful, gorgeous wall. It was going to be very cheap to build, not even $100 million, then $200 million, then $300 million. And he said, it didn't matter really because Mexico was going to pay it. He guaranteed it. I watched 17, 20 different times where he guaranteed it and, whipped the crowd in a frenzy. And now he's blackmailing Congress and in the legislation to give him $5 billion. And he doesn't want to give anything back in return to the Democrats. He wants to. Now he's throwing in whatever. But here's the thing that's perplexing, and this is the question I'm going to ask the great Bill Waters, who's on the line. He's in Florida, and Eric Cohen is somewhere in Toronto. When they had the Congress and the Senate, they could have passed this $5 billion. Why are they doing it now?
Well, the only problem, Frank, was they had to get 60 votes.
No, they had it. They didn't put it on the table. And this is a fact.
51.
Fake news. They had it. I'm telling you, they had it according to all sides, and not just the left, but also the right. But here's the thing that's perplexing. They had a deal that was agreed by the Democrats and by Mitch McConnell, and at the last minute, Trump pulled out like he does all the time because he's a liar.
Oh, he pulled out. He pulled out the deal. I don't know what the reason was, but you're right. He pulled.
The reason is because he heard Rush Limbaugh, another bag of fucking wind, and what's her name? Another right wing to say that if he gave in, then he would be a wimp or something like that. So
I don't know who
he's really influenced a lot by some of these people. And Coulter. He really listens to her. She's got a huge influence on him.
Well, it's too bad that they're putting their politics ahead of the best interests of the country, but Trump and Sally Slipshit, whatever her name is, Mary Gopechny or whatever, I forget, Pelosi.
This is not on Pelosi. This is on him. You want us to play you the video? He said he's shutting it down and he would own it. That's what he said. And if he gave a shit about forget about Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Forget about them. If he wanted to be the president of the United States, he would not have done a shutdown and he's supposed to be the fucking fart of the deal. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke. The art of the deal. He would have... He would have negotiated a deal. They said that he's a fucking deal maker. I'll tell you how great the deal maker was. He overpaid for the casinos. He screwed himself. He screwed the Deutsche Bank out of $60 or $70 million, and then he fucked everybody in the casinos. That's what he does.
Definitely unprecedented, as you mentioned. At 32 days now, the government's been shut down. I don't remember a situation like this in the 40-something years I've been around. It is...
Eric, can you go
right now? I mean, like
you and your wife without a pay for 32 days?
No, we'd be. I don't know what we would do if we were both out of work for 32 days. No, we'd be in big trouble. You rely on your income.
Cash flow for 32 days. How the fuck do you feed your kids, pay the electricity?
No, you're right.
And exist? How do you do that?
You don't. I mean, unless you got a lot of savings, you're in big trouble.
Unless you know the guy you're paying the bills to, and you say, "Hey, Frank, I'm getting my money. I just have to wait for your good friend Donald Trump."
A lot of the banks,
right.
A lot of the banks. This is to the actual employees because there's a lot of contract employees that will not get any back pay.
Yeah,
and they're fucked. But like you said, Bill, you're quite perceptive. Some of the workers, some of the banks have given them loans up front.
What they're saying, though, is the cost of the shutdown could exceed the whole price of the wall. Right now, roughly $6 billion, they were saying.
$6 billion.
The border, well, they're saying $5.7 billion.
Well, and you know what? I agree with Frank. It was a panic move.
Right.
Didn't have to be made. Trump is definitely afraid he's not going to get his wall, and he's going to hang on till the last dog dies. Mm-hmm. And that.
Well, I think this is going to destroy him. I think this will be his nail in the coffin.
You know what I think his nail in the coffin, Frank, is, and it's not that I don't hate to say it, but you've said it too many times. The lawyer's going to turn him in, and the lawyer's got him by the nuts.
Bill, I agree with you 50%. The other 50% is, I believe, who's really going to put him in the hole is this chartered accountant.
Right.
Because
he might. I don't know. All I know is
your CFO knows what he's avoid. And if you've been doing, and the thing that is really mind-boggling is, why would his CFO ask for immunity? Why?
No.
There was no crime perpetuated.
Has information.
Why would you need immunity?
Well, I don't know. I just don't know how the man doesn't resign. I mean, you look at all the list of things that he's done that are very questionable, and including the two ladybirds, the lawyer, his accountant. He's just putting off the inevitable. Step up to the box and resign.